Welcome to the S Word Live. My name's Renee Rebar, sales strategist, TEDx speaker, and author. And my goal today is to help you make sales simple and fun. But today I'm talking about something very specific, and I'm so excited about this. It is coming up so often, especially this week. But honestly, it's a story that can be sung over time. And that is so many of my colleagues and clients have had long-standing ad campaigns on different mediums just shut down for no reason, or ad accounts completely turned off and inaccessible, like completely inaccessible. So if that is the only way that they're bringing in new leads and making sales, then they are really in trouble. So let me know in the comments if you know anyone who is 100% reliant on the media that they're purchasing and they've ever had an ad just turned off for no reason, or their ad account just turned off for no reason. Because I definitely have, and it's happening more and more and more. And so we need to find a better way. Well, I've always done it this way. So I'm about to share with you what I've shared since I've come into the online space. As you may or may not know, I have been teaching and doing sales, selling professionally in New York City since 1994. So yeah, I'm old enough. And so all that to say, this all comes from those experiences. How do you connect with people? How do you start the conversation? How do you keep it going? So today I'm going to talk about the secret space online, dun, 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 that you can generate leads and sales for free so that you never launch to crickets. So whether you're launching a done-for-you service or a consulting service or a coaching program or a weekend workshop or whatever you've got, it'll never be to crickets. So I also have clients, because not everybody does rely on ads, but there are lots of people that haven't started ads because they don't want to be the dancing monkey, right? They don't want to be so public with everything. If this is you, let me know in the comments. They don't want to be out there so much. So say hello as you join, whether you're live or on the replay. I would love to hear from you wherever you're hearing this broadcast. I am live today. I am super excited. So this other part of my clientele is they just don't want to do big live launches, and they definitely don't want to buy media. So this is the other segment that can really use this secret place. So I want you to imagine a place that is reliable and secure. So it's not as if you're going to put something out there and then it's just going to get shut down without your control or notification. And it's a place that's secure where you don't have to worry about being this public, and for whatever reason, some of my clients are divorced and they've got crazy ex-husbands, and other clients they just don't want to live their life that way. They don't want to live their life on the public. So reliable and secure. So imagine a place where everybody knows your name. Remember that sitcom from the 80s, Cheers? Where Norm would walk in, everybody would say, Norm. So everybody knows your name in this secret place. In this secret place, you call the shots. Oh yeah, sounds good, right? In this secret place that I'm about to share with you, you can have private conversations or sing karaoke if you want from the rooftops. It's totally up to you. Hopefully I've gotten your interest piqued, and hopefully you're trying to figure out what I'm talking about. So it's a place where you can talk about the going rate for your tooth fairy. I know when my child lost his front tooth, I was like, what does the tooth fairy bring? My brother's like a 20. I'm like, we're not doing $20 bills. As easily as you can talk about the KPIs for your newest project. So let me tell you a story about this place. So there is a woman that I've worked with for a long time, and I swear, before we started working together, she was like, I will never do this. And what this is start a Facebook group. Because everything she had heard up until this point was, oh, I have to. What did she think? She told me, I think it has to be curriculum based. I don't know what I would talk about. She also said, well, I'd have to post every day. I don't know what I would even post. And then she said, I wrote them down because they're so good. And then she said, oh, I'm just going to collect a bunch of freebie hunters. Arr. Okay, so that was what she said. So she was basically telling me that starting a Facebook group was basically against her religion. So here's what happened next. After seeing me coach so many people through this process, to be able to get results, to be able to never launch to crickets, to be able to actually have an engaged community, she finally tried one. Now, she was a die-hard agency owner. She did done-for-you services. In fact, she sold Facebook ads. That's what she did. So she was all about Facebook ads. She was all about buying ad traffic. And there's still nothing wrong with that, obviously. But sometimes it feels out of your control. So we want something reliable and secure. So Facebook communities. And here's what happened to her. When she started her first Facebook community, she had only been working with probably like 30 clients over the course of the past year. And she knew that there were some clients that had to pause their ad management, that weren't able to, after their live launch, they weren't able to keep going with ad support, whether because they couldn't afford it or they just didn't need it or whatever the case. And so she wanted a place where she could offer those other people that weren't actively having her run their ads anymore, educated, nurtured, taught something, stayed in the loop, right? Have you ever had that where you've offered a service, it's ended, or the person has ended it, and you know that there's something else you can offer them, but it's just not created yet? And so what she did is she created a small Facebook group, and she said, listen, I'll come and do a live workshop in there. She announced it just to every one of her former clients. So there were like 30 over the past year. 25 of them ended up joining her free Facebook group. And she ran a free workshop for them because they were former clients and they all knew her. And she's like, that's so great. At the end of the workshop, she dropped a Google Doc link, which we wrote together, into the comments. And that Google Doc link offered up a $1,000 offer where she was said, listen, if you can't afford to have me running your Facebook ads, here's what I can do instead. And she had a little offer where she had this $1,000 offer, and it just went through the different components that she knew that this particular crowd of people would be interested in, right? So it wasn't quite ads management and it wasn't quite her consulting or doing it for them, but it was their chance to kind of stay in the loop. 3 of them bought it. This was all in a couple of days. So she made an extra $3,000 starting a Facebook community. Usually she's just a done-for-you service provider, invited 30 people, 25 showed up, and then 3 of them purchased off a Google Doc. So this is just one. Now she has thousands of people in this community. In fact, she's got probably 5 or 10 different courses that I keep seeing her promote. So this is just one example. But if you've ever felt like I want something reliable and secure, but I'm not sure where to where to put my efforts, where to do my work, where to do my marketing, then possibly this is one that you should consider. So if you want to know more about Facebook groups, I have a great one, and I'd love to invite you while we're still accepting new clients and new people. So you can come in for free to my Facebook community and see all of the things that I just talked about in action for yourself. So click the link that comes with this video, follow the prompts wherever they take you, and it will take you for sure to my Facebook community. I can't wait to see you in there.